David Montgomery tore his ACL. The Detroit Lions lost to the Buffalo Bills. The Minnesota Vikings are going to play tonight. We are in a tizzy with playoff basketball. We don't know what to do. I'm going to be joined by Pat Kerrane, and we are going to try and reconfigure ADP live on air. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer. Man, I guess we knew there were going to be injuries that impacted playoff basketball, but I don't think a top 10, I guess top 12 pick being out for the year on a 1 seed who's already, the mitten is 40% full, the way too early playoff basketball stuff. Like, I don't even want to go look at how much David Montgomery I have.
I have a lot. Montgomery to me felt like one of the keys to the tournament, which is, an especially bad player to then lose. But Montgomery allowed you, he was that extra running back, right? The running backs dry up, the quarterbacks dry up on these teams that we think are actually going to go to the Super Bowl. But Montgomery gave us that extra running back to where running back was like a little bit less of a priority. And then you could build really great teams with Montgomery and like Josh Allen, like Montgomery, Josh Allen starts were awesome. And then you find a running back. You could get like a Josh Jacobs or an Aaron Jones to help you advance those teams. As we'll talk about, the advancing Aaron Jones has a little bit of a hole in it, maybe, with the Vikings now being like semi-live to get the 1 seed. But yeah, Montgomery going out, I think it obviously improves Gibbs' value, but I think it also is going to affect the way we like are building a little bit. Probably moves James Cook up, although that feels like maybe it's a kind of a trap because of the way they're utilizing the running backs there.
I think what it does is it really moves Ty Johnson up, Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, where
you're right.
For structural reasons, I think a lot of what you're going to see now is the Josh Allen team is going to take Devonta Smith a lot, where the Eagles, one, it's like another player who projects to score points. Like I think Devonta Smith had 10 receptions yesterday, which is season high for him. I think they pretty consciously were trying to make the passing game stuff work, maybe just to show that they could still do it. But I think the James Cook, I don't know. Do you really want James Cook with Josh Allen every time? I don't think you do.
No,
I think you want the high scoring NFC guy. You want the advance rate guy because as we were just saying on ADP chasing, like in a given week, you are just as likely to get a score hitting your lineup in playoff basketball from Mac Hollins as you are Khalil Shakir, the wide receiver 6 in playoff basketball and half PPR. But I think we might be a little over our skis on that one. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine.
It's tough because he's the most likely of the guys to do something, but then you're like, you don't feel that great about him actually doing something, which is kind of a trap where you're like, what are you paying for? Not really upside. You're paying for like that slightly more certain. You're slightly more certain he is the guy who's going to score points, which are usually bad ways to draft fantasy players because we don't know that much. Yeah.
So Montgomery's out. I don't think that I'm going to guess torn MCL. You're not coming back. I'm assuming he's going to have a surgery. So last year in the games that Montgomery missed, the first one was against Atlanta. Craig Reynolds played 29% of the snaps in that game. Zonovan Knight played 10% of them. I assume maybe that was because it was a blowout. Craig Reynolds got 4 rushes in that game. And then Montgomery got injured again, a 26-14 win against the Raiders. Let's see how many. They played a shit ton of offensive snaps. And Craig Reynolds played 28% of them, and Devin Ozigbo played 2 snaps. So all of that is a long way of saying I think Craig Reynolds / Vaki, very viable clicks. If if you are still buying the conceit that the Lions are a prime Super Bowl team, maybe you're not. Maybe the Lions are now vulnerable enough. They're only 61% per the market, about minus 190 to get the bye. Maybe they lose that Week 18 game against the Vikings and they don't get it. I don't know. Are you concerned about the Lions from like Super Bowl perspective? They like every guy on
Yeah,
the
a little.
offense is injured or defense.
I am a little. I think Dan Campbell also embraces a type of football that is more variant in a way that's going to like it improves their odds of actually like winning a Super Bowl, I think. But you could also see them drop a game. You know, like if he doesn't go for that onside kick, like that hurt their chances. That was like too much of a gamble, I think. So I think with Campbell, you're like you can trust him to do the right thing with like, you know, if the right thing is to be aggressive, he will do it. But I don't know. I sometimes I'm like, maybe be a little conservative here as the better team. He sometimes plays like they're the underdog when they're not. So, I mean, although I guess you know, obviously the onside kick, they were way down in that game. But do you know what I mean? Like I could see them in pursuit of playing aggressive, winning.
Yeah, you could see them. You could see them go insane in a round 2 game against the Buccaneers and just
that's
lose.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I could see them, just kind of doing some like kooky stuff that doesn't reflect that, like, hey man, you're like the better team. Like, just
You're
kind
great.
of play your
You're
game.
An awesome team.
You're an awesome team. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy here. So yeah, that makes me a little. But the bigger thing makes me nervous is just like you have the Bills come in, just like put it on you to start the game at home. The defense is getting really, really banged up. The Eagles look very legit. Their defense is great. They got the passing game going a little bit yesterday. Obviously, Barkley's having an insanely good season, even with yesterday not being that. I mean, the funny thing about Barkley is like he runs super efficiently against the Panthers. We're disappointed, because he doesn't score touchdowns. And then he's like sort of bottled up yesterday, but not like he didn't look bad. They didn't use him a ton. They used Gainwell a little bit more. He got like slightly banged up.
And Gainwell, good player, man.
Yeah, Gainwell's pretty good. But this team is really – the Eagles seem like they're kind of hitting their stride right now, where the Lions feel more like that kind of 2017 Patriots thing, where they're kind of like clinging on as we get into the playoffs, which is obviously not where you want to be. So
I mean, I think the thing that is interesting about the two great NFC teams is that the Lions, we have evidence that they can play in either script. They can play downhill or uphill. We just don't have a ton of evidence that the Eagles, if they get down 10 points, are super well structured to fight their way back in that game. Like they get down, like it's actually, Kerrane, very similar to the team that we lament all the time, the fucking Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals get down 10 points, they lose the threat of the run, and it's just like all Kyler backpedaling and throwing these awful heaved passes to no one. That's kind of what it feels like and maybe I'm pattern matching a little bit because they were so bad to end last season. The Eagles were so bad at the end of last year,
Well, I think the Eagles have like a little bit of risk of being like that, but they are maybe trying to make sure they don't become that, or trying to get the kinks worked out a little bit in the passing game. Like they were a little more aggressive yesterday. And like I watching that game, the Steelers have a pretty good defense, not an amazing defense, but pretty good. And they were protecting Hurts really well. Hurts played pretty well. So I don't know. I don't think that maybe they are a little similar to the Cardinals in terms of wanting to establish the run and then work off of that. But like, they're just a much, much better version, like a much better version. The defense is better. And I just have so much more faith in Hurts than Kyler. Kyler, if you all right, go win, like a must-win drive, you get to like, I would feel like, what do I got to pay?
I mean, Jalen Hurts, basically played a mistake-free Super Bowl. There was a bad snap, and then Juju Smith-Schuster drew a defensive pass interference or a defensive holding to end the game. You know, like he basically. I mean, imagine how different the Chiefs, all the vibes around the Chiefs would be if they never won that Super Bowl. You know, it'd be a lot different. I don't think there would be such happy attitudes on the sideline. You know, barely scraping by the Cleveland Browns if they don't.
Last year was close too. I mean, there's worlds where you can't.
I don't know. That's so funny because I don't feel that way. Like I was just like, oh, they're not losing to Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. I don't know.
It went to overtime, right? Am I losing my mind?
No, it did. It did go to overtime. Yeah, you're not crazy. I just don't.
Davis, I don't know if you know this, but when you tie at the end of regulation, it was close.
Yeah, I just I think that I think weirdly I think I'm more into the Eagles though on that from all this stuff because the Eagles just feel like, well, we know exactly what they are. They know exactly what they are. They're battle tested. Like they've been in the Super Bowl. It's the same group of guys. There's no one new in the offense other than upgrading DeAndre Swift to Saquon Barkley. Pretty big upgrade there. Yeah. And I guess the Vikings. I guess the Vikings are, I mean, secretly maybe have the ability to get the 1 seed if they just, I mean, if they do win the remainder of their games, they are going to be the 1 seed. And the big complicating factor is the Week 18 game against the Lions. The Lions might be in a spot where like they're a mash unit. You know, they're coming in banged up. They're coming in. I like the list of defensive injuries. Tej Seth tweeted this out last week, but of the September 2nd depth chart on our lads, on the entire defensive front 7, they have 1 guy left.
Oh my God.
Not starters, depth chart. So the entire depth chart, they've got 1 guy left. Like they're bringing in guys off the couch. They're bringing in XFL guys, you know. Jeez. Like it's really, really bad for them.
So the Vikings have the Bears tonight, the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions. They're at home versus the Packers. They're at the Seahawks, but that's maybe Howell.
Probably Howell.
Probably Howell,
I think.
Yeah. And then you get the Lions. You're at the Lions.
It's that Packers game. It's that Packers game that is sicking me. Yeah. Could fill a whole defensive roster at each position. Yeah. Yeah, Easy knows. He's the world's foremost DJ Reader guy. He keeps telling me about DJ Reader and Alex Anzalone and how important they are.
Isn't Anzalone live to come back?
No. This is Easy, not my area of expertise.
Yeah, not mine either. So let me
know. And so structurally, as I'm about to start drafting, this is what I'm thinking. I'm lower. Well, actually, you know what I'm really thinking? And tell me if this is cowardice or not. I think the NFC 1 seed is such in flux that you should just be taking more quarterback teams than you're comfortable with. Do you think that is that just playing scared? I know Sack would tell me that's playing scared. Sack would tell me that's just super non-optimal. That's playing to advance. That's not playing to win. What do you think?
I think I'm with Sack in the sense if we're talking about taking a bunch of multiple quarterback teams, not to cover buys. I don't mind if you are getting a little weird sometimes with who gets the buy. Like I did a team last week or the week before that assumed that the Eagles got the buy, and I just drafted Lions and didn't cover the buy. And I was like, hey, I'm going to do this. Maybe there's like a 1 in 5 chance the Lions don't get the buy according to the odds at that time. Maybe 1 out of 10 times I do something like this. And it was kind of like the draft sort of pushed me into it. I don't want to have to take this quarterback or this team. I'm just gonna play it with the Lions, don't get the buy. And so I kind of am into doing like a little bit of weird, like occasionally you get weird with who gets the buy. So I could see, okay, I'm gonna actually play it like the Vikings got the buy, and I'm gonna draft them with the Lions, let's say. But I don't think you want to have a big part of your portfolio have 2 quarterbacks because only one of those guys is going to hit your roster in the in the final, and it's a big final. So you have to, and it's a top heavy payout structure. So like, if you give up EV in the final, you're giving it's like a lot. Like you're gonna think about when you draft a team, opening up the team in your app. And it is week 7, or sorry, not week 17. It is the Super Bowl. It is the final round. The team made it. How do you feel now? And I think that's how we have to draft these teams. So like, yeah, we have to be thinking about how do we get them through, but fundamentally it's like I want to see this team being in the final, and then how do I feel about its ability to take it down? And if it's like, well, I spent like 2 of my top 4 picks on quarterbacks, that's not that great.
So that I think is the key distinction. If you're doing like Goff, Darnold, and Darnold's price increases, like Darnold is like a 5th round pick, terrible. I think something that is kind of interesting is taking some of the quarterbacks who are 0% for the buy. Like, let's say I'm worried the Lions are on the borderline, or honestly, I'm worried the Chiefs are on the borderline. Chiefs, Mahomes hurts his ankle. They're dogs to the Texans. The Bills look like the best team in the history of the sport right now. Fucking Bills. What about tacking on a Baker Jalen McMillan at the end? Round 8 Baker, round 9 McMillan, round 10 Juju Smith-Schuster.
With who?
With Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean that's fine because Mahomes might get Mahomes is still the favorite to get the bye.
Or Allen. I take Allen 101.
No. I mean, unless you're playing the Bills to get the bye, unless you're covering James Cook with a bye, unless you're saying I'm specifically betting that this team is going to get the bye here and I'm going to have an advantage over all teams drafted in this period because no one's drafting like they're getting the bye. I'm down for that. But I don't think you don't want to have a team where Baker's there to cover Allen, but you don't have a running back to cover a Bills bye. You don't have enough receivers. You know what I mean?
Theoretically,
it's not coherent.
That I think gets taken care of most of the time structurally anyways, unless you're drafting 1 seed versus 1 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. But I guess like who's your other running back? Is it Kenny Gainwell? Did you take
let's say it's Aaron Jones.
Then great. Then sure. Yeah. Aaron Jones, Baker. I don't have any issues occasionally playing like the Bills get the bye because I think the Bills could get the bye.
Well, the Bills. I think that the thing is the Chiefs have to lose twice. To which
Carson Wentz sounds like he's down. Carson Wentz.
Dude, people are gonna think I'm kidding. I think 1 week of Carson Wentz might really do them all some good. Really. just play with some reckless goddamn abandon. Just like, none of this matriculating down the field 7 yards at a time. Just like Carson Wentz rolling out away from pressure, hawking. I mean, look,
I think you're thinking of a different guy than the guy you're about to get. You're thinking of a young Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
This Carson Wentz is going to be sitting in the pocket. When he moves out, it's not going to look very quick.
Who's our third quarterback? Is it Shane Bukele?
Wentz has not been good. Like Wentz has been.
He's terrible. He's terrible. I'm wondering if they have a running quarterback as their third quarterback. I just want to see something. I can't find it. He's got to be on the practice squad. But yeah, I mean, obviously I mean, hey, Carson Wentz did throw a really nice deep touchdown to Hollywood, or not to Hollywood, to Worthy in the preseason. So
great.
maybe it makes sense. I think here's the deal. I was gonna want to draft all of my mitten teams this week because it looks like it's gonna fill. The mitten is, as of this morning, it was 42% fill. It's going to be more now. The mitten is 42.5% full. I might want to wait. I might want to wait to get more information. Do the Chiefs lose this weekend? Do the Bills, I don't even know who the Bills play, but do the Bills randomly drop a game or something? What happens with, I don't know. But I basically, I was ready to just say the playoff picture was what it was. The Lions were the one, the Chiefs were the one. And honestly, if the Lions win that game, it's so funny. That's how close these things are. The Lions win that game, it's a wrap. It's basically done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, like, this is a reminder of how crazy the playoffs are, potentially going to be. You know, we keep thinking the seeds are set, and then the seeds aren't set because the wrong teams keep winning.
And guess what? In the playoffs, the wrong teams are going to win too.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the 2 seed could never lose, and then the 2 seed just easily loses. Just easily loses. Yeah.
So the Bills get the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots. The Jets could be live. I've watched almost every snap of Patriots offensive football this year.
And they're not live.
They're not live. This team is
at all.
This team, like, they pull out the Dalton Kincaid, Rube Goldberg machine. That's what they do to get
every play.
Well, specifically the time that they're these guys are they're seeing the matrix when it's 3rd and 14 because they just had a 10-yard holding penalty, and 8 yards would get them back in a field goal range to cut the lead to 10 to cut their opponent's lead
to get the
10.
ball to Austin Hooper.
Yeah, to keep it at 2 score, to keep themselves down by 2 scores. These dudes, they love it. This is the most conservative, not even conservative. It's beyond that. It's like they're dying to just do the most suboptimal,
No, it's really bad.
Keep me losing. They don't even seem to understand the rules of the game of football. Do you know that you have to score more points? It's not a race to get to 10 points, dudes. I hate these guys so much. They're such bad coaches.
So the Chiefs they're dogs at home right now in the betting lines to the Texans. Then they go at the Steelers on Christmas Day. Then they go at the Broncos January 5th. That is 3 games in 10 days. Without Mahomes.
And if they lose 2 of them,
that's the thing, is they have the cushion of 2. They have the cushion.
They have to lose twice. They have to lose twice.
And I'm sorry, dude. The Carson Wentz Chiefs can still beat the Texans.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Carson Wentz Commanders could beat the Texans at this point.
Dude, what happened? What happened to the It's so funny how not interested I am in drafting the Texans. I had to do it this morning. Because of a backdoor situation, and someone took Najee or something, and I had to do the Texans, and I was just like, there's no scenario. Surely anything can happen in the playoffs except the Texans winning the AFC.
I know, dude. They just don't have, it feels a little Patriots-y where you're just you don't seem to be dialed into trying to win a football game. I'm not sure what your goals are, but they don't seem to be winning football games.
Nico Collins scored twice. Nico Collins scored twice yesterday and had 17 fantasy points.
I know, dude. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hop in the rooms and let's test this out. Let's see what there is to see. This is the little gauntlet. I didn't realize it was only 10 entry max, so I'll probably try and wrap these up.
Yeah.
Today.
I need to do that too.
Yeah. This is a crazy sentence. The sentence is someone took Najee, so I had to take the Texans. Yeah. God. Imagine the Houston Texans, Kerrane. The Houston Texans are so brutal that we are now full on Mike Tomlin, Russell Wilson slappies.
I'm not. I know the math is still going to kind of the Steelers, but they suck, man. The Steelers suck. I'm just, from the perspective of this team makes the Super Bowl. I felt bad about it I felt bad about it last week. I still did it a bunch because you get boxed into it. But to me, it's just Allen is the clear 101. We cannot be betting on Russell Wilson to make the Super Bowl or the team is dead. I'm not interested in drafting a bunch of playoff baseball teams that are dependent on Russell Wilson being in the Super Bowl. It's different if you're saying these pieces. Look, the market is not appreciating their odds of making the conference championship game, providing really important points in round 3 of the tournament. Great, I'm completely with you. the instant that my team is dead when Russell Wilson doesn't make the Super Bowl, I'm just like, well, I shouldn't have put myself in that position.
Yeah, dude, that's actually a great point. It's actually a phenomenal point that you want to have an NFC quarterback.
Or Josh Allen.
Something. Or Josh Allen. Yeah.
Which is why I think Josh Allen's the 101.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is by ADP, did he flip?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
By ADP.
I feel like he's like, last week I felt like he was probably the 101. And now I'm feeling like he's just like clearly the 101.
Yes.
Interesting to see Barkley here. Wish we had the 5.
Well, look what's happened.
Right. The quarterback run. Oh, Goff goes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's over, dude.
I think we take Mahomes Barkley.
That's the new meta. This is going to be, if you don't like this, I don't do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is going to be the new meta.
Look at that.
And that is my Kerrane, that was my gut instinct. That was my gut is this is what drafts is going to look. I was having this thought. I was actually having this thought this morning, even before the David Montgomery thing, is that why wouldn't the first round just all be quarterbacks? All quarterbacks and Barkley. Really?
Well, should it be Hurts or Barkley?
It's like probably Hurts. Because
we're just throwing out ADP.
You cannot win. You cannot win without the quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Right, but you could win. So you get to the Super Bowl and it turns out to be Chiefs and Eagles. And if there's not a lot of Hurts Barkley, then you would want Mahomes Barkley rather than Hurts Pacheco, right?
Sure. Yeah. But I don't know, man, because if you're playing it like, look at what happened to this. Look at what happened to the Gibbs drafter. Gibbs drafter's dust. Gibbs drafter is learning. Sidekick wants to take JMO
because it gives us a second NFC out.
Sure.
So now Lions or Eagles make it. We're good. And then Hopkins is good.
Yeah, Hopkins is good, or Laporta.
Yeah, those are the two. And then once we take, I always enjoy this about the sidekick. Once you take the line, then Laporta gets boosted as well.
Yeah. What if a team outside the Bills, Eagles, Lions, Chiefs, Ravens makes the Super Bowl? I mean, the thing is, you can draft that way, but you are just gonna draft teams that are dead a huge percentage of the time. Like those teams are.
Well, what I would say to that is 2 teams make the Super Bowl. So if I can draft teams that are built with, Goff, Hurts, and I'm saying a team outside in this team, maybe the Steelers do make the Super Bowl, but I also have Bills. And it's kind of like Bills or Steelers make it. And honestly, in that build, I probably prefer the Steelers to make it because, like maybe less people built coherent Steelers Lions Super Bowl teams, right? Than Bills. Bills are just kind of easier to build with. There's so many Bills and all of that. So I think that you want to play it where, like, if you're wrong, that and it is kind of the chalk teams that make it, you're still live. But if you're right, then you're like in pretty good shape. Whereas to the extent that I have to be right that like one of these non-chalk teams makes the Super Bowl, the team's dead, I kind of want to avoid that.
The thing that people are not doing that maybe you could tell me is a good idea is drafting for the true crazy scenarios, like a Steelers-Packers Super Bowl. No one's drafting for that. No one's drafting for Vikings-Chargers,
Well, you kind of are if you're covering your buys well.
If you're covering your buys, yeah.
And that's how I think you get those in, is like you covered your buys, and then your bye week cover makes the Super Bowl. But you actually have, it's like this wasn't supposed to be a Super Bowl Vikings team, but it works as a Super Bowl Vikings team. So hell yeah. But in the more likely scenario, it also worked.
All right. Sidekick wants us to do Pickens Hollywood or Pickens, Russ. Can I sell you on Darnold, Addison? Addison.
Well, that's our third NFC, so I think Pickens Russ is quite a bit better.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we could also go Pickens Hollywood. We don't have to. Depending, what's the ADP difference? There's a potential for us to get Russ.
It'll be. Yeah, I mean, we should be able to get Russ. It's definitely not a lock. They're honestly about the same ADP.
All right, let's take Russ then. Russ probably helps us more. So this would be an example where, like, this is a Chiefs to the Super Bowl team, but if the Steelers make the Super Bowl, we're good. And if they don't, like, that's what we expected, So now we need to get a Chiefs running back, and we basically need to start building out the Chiefs part of this bet, because right now, like, our Super Bowls are actually pretty thin. We got one Eagle, we got one Lion, or two Lions. We got two Lions. But Lions, Chiefs, we don't have a running back.
We're taking Calcaterra and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. And hopefully Hollywood.
Easy.
Noah Gray would be good.
Noah Gray, dude. Noah Gray or Travis Kelce, man.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are going to be dead if Philadelphia and Buffalo get the buys. Lot of teams.
A lot of teams.
Yeah.
Some of my way too early stuff I drafted, like the Bills were getting the buy.
I don't believe Justin Fields has one touchdown since getting benched, to be honest. Pretty sure he's got 0 touchdowns. Maybe he has one.
That's
he might have
the
one.
least valuable players. Russ is a pretty strong pick in this because they have good odds of getting to the conference championship game.
It's very funny. Noah Gray son or Travis Kelce daughter. Honestly, give me the Travis Kelce daughter. I want someone who's.
Wait, what is it? What does this mean? I don't know.
Do you not know about that meme?
No.
It's like, would you rather have like a PPP loan son or a OnlyFans daughter?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we should take Noah Gray.
Let's take a Noah Gray, yeah.
Yeah. And then, do we want Najee Harris, or do we want to take a Chief?
Is Hunt available?
Another Chief. Yeah. Should be. No, he's not. Oh, yeah, he is.
Okay.
No, he is. That usage was weird yesterday. I wonder if the only reason he literally was 50-50 split with Pacheco. I wonder if it was because they were playing the Browns.
Interesting. I think Hunt helps us here. I mean, Najee could be. Let's do Najee in case the Eagles get the bye.
Let's see if I'm nimble enough. Oh, yeah. 5 seconds. So nimble. Yeah. Eagles get the bye. Kerrane. It's all. I mean, look, man. If 2.7 points is what you need in the Super Bowl, which is definitely possible. Gainwell versus Kerrane might determine who wins $200,000.
It's getting to the point where if you manage to get a single Chief to the Super Bowl in a world in which they get to the Super Bowl, that might be enough. The differentiating pieces are just Chiefs. No one will have them.
Someone, I don't remember who commented this, but someone made the point that taking another quarterback with Mahomes might be good because you just need someone to cover the 16 points a game that he's getting.
You need someone to cover his 3 bye weeks on the way to the Super Bowl.
I hate that this is what they've become, man. It's
so bad.
It's just like no one likes it, man. No one.
One of the most exciting players of our lifetime. And then it just ended.
So, did we fuck ourselves here?
I don't think so.
Because we have to take another Chiefs pass catcher, don't we?
I think that, we take Juju. Is Juju available?
And then we just have to say Eagles have to make the Super Bowl.
No, we if we take Kareem Hunt, then we can do Lions Super Bowl too.
But then we've screwed ourselves on the Eagles Super Bowl. We don't have a complete roster for the Eagles Super Bowl. We messed up.
No, we would have Barkley, Hunt, Noah Gray, and Juju, plus Mahomes. That's 5.
So we
and
do.
Hunt goes.
So we have Juju. So we take Juju, and that gives us 4 Chiefs.
We don't have a running back for a Lions Super Bowl. Is what it is.
We don't have a running back for the Lions.
Kerrane or Craig Reynolds. We could do Craig Reynolds if you wanted, or Sion Vaki.
Oh God, dude, the people are gonna be so mad. They're gonna riot. They're gonna riot in the streets. But if we do Hunt, we don't have a lineup in week 1. We fucked up, Kerrane. We
what do you mean?
Up.
We have Najee.
We don't have a second wide receiver in the wild card week.
Well, we played the Eagles to get the bye because we took Najee to cover. This is a Lions don't get the bye team.
Okay, well,
Kerrane or Craig?
Craig.
Okay.
Because we played for the Lions to not get the bye, so we needed the wild card points.
I like it.
I don't know if I like it. Yeah.
Well, I don't love it.
It was pretty janky. I mean, look, we're recontextualizing the new market. Although Craig Reynolds, I want to tell you, if there's a day to take Craig Reynolds, it's definitely today before the legendary upside projections have him as a 7th round pick. So I would say if you want Craig Reynolds, I would do it. I would do it today.
Yeah.
All right. Just like enough of the Steelers, man. I do this all. I'm gonna end up with all these freaking Steelers teams, man. 12 from Hawkinson, 13 from Bijan. Ship it, I think.
That seems good.
I haven't even looked, but I'm just telling myself this mental story that if Justin Jefferson gets 30, I'm just gonna advance a bunch of teams. Don't know if it's true.
I need Bowers. I could use some Jefferson. I really need Bowers, like a big Bowers game, like 25 DK points from Bowers. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
not like insane, just like a good ass Bowers game. That's what I really want.
I mean, the Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert drafters are going to be so down bad when that happens. Yeah, I was doing so I have like a crazy amount of Herbert in the way too early playoff stuff. And I don't know, man. I'm watching the Chargers and I'm like, I'm about done with this experiment already. They just look terrible, man.
Yeah, I don't. The Chargers have always been a little bit frustrating because like just feels like a team that's not playing to its strengths. Like the thing with Herbert is like you can just like put a ton of like pass volume on him and they'll just like like he probably needed like some help with like a really well designed offense, but you brought in Greg Roman. It's not really Greg Roman's not that great, And they stopped being so run heavy with Herbert being healthier and everything. But they still never really like embrace the pass, and they don't have a good run game. I mean, that's
they don't. That's the thing is they like J.K. Dobbins is injured. They don't even have a good.
Even when he wasn't, like he broke off some long runs, but
it's all quarterbacks.
I think we take
now.
Goff. I think we take Goff. Yeah,
Gibbs is still on the board. It's all quarterbacks now. Then this guy has to take Mahomes.
He has to take Mahomes and leaves us a line. So we'll let him pick his line. We'll get the other one.
Yeah, dude. It's really all quarterback. And if I remember correctly, that this is how this happened last year too. It started out with the illusion of choice. And then by week 16, it was you got to take a quarterback.
I think that's right. Because we used to think, you could take 2, you could take all these other. You start to he took both lines.
Because it's wow. All right. Well, I guess let's take AJ Brown.
We can't now. We're by. I think we take we
I
take
thought we had
Henry or
I
Cook.
thought we had Mahomes. I thought we had Mahomes. Yeah.
Do you want to go Henry or Cook for?
I want to go Henry.
Okay.
Because the Ravens, one thing I know about the Ravens are not getting the bye. So I don't have to sweat that. One thing about the Baltimore Ravens, they will not be getting the bye. Which is at this stage a big reason for drafting them. Let's keep an eye on what the teams that strike. Whoa. Did he pass on Mahomes?
Well, he should pass on Mahomes.
Oh, because he can get him here.
Yeah.
He can get him at 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that becomes interesting if you don't take the quarterback early and then you have a guy like the Cooks brother here, then you can actually get a value on Mahomes a little bit. So there's at least a reward to taking the risk if there's going to be these big quarterback runs in round one. But yeah. I like, let's keep an eye on the Cooks brother because, I mean, I guess this is, oh, there goes Mahomes. See, that's the thing, though. You don't know if someone's going to do that. I mean, that's a bad start. But
that's a bad start.
That's just yeah. And that would be an example of like only one of those teams can make the Super Bowl. So you're definitely losing one of your top 2 round picks. If you open up the app and you're like, oh, I made a team to the gauntlet final. Let me see what it looks like. I don't have one of my top 2 picks. One of my top 2, my first 2 picks is not even on this team. I'm down a second round pick to everyone. I'm down a first round pick probably because you got Kelsey on this team. So I'm down the 101 in a multi-100 person field. It just, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, this is why this is the risk reward. That's why we just took off. Zay Flowers, easy.
Zay Flowers, easy. And
then we'll take Shakir. Well, yeah. What if Allen is the guy you need to get Mahomes to the Super Bowl? Well, if you're taking other Chiefs players, if you're stacking Chiefs, yeah, you're going to need a lot of points from someone because the Chiefs are not doing it.
I think even then it's bad because you'd rather
it's still bad.
It's still bad because you'd rather have correctly predicted the NFC Super Bowl side at a cheaper cost.
I assume you're with me on this, that when you do not get one of the top 5, you need 2 quarterbacks.
So I do that sometimes. Yeah. I sometimes take 2 stabs at getting the AFC side right. And my thinking is they're both cheap. They're not that great at quarterbacks. Like I could maybe use them to kind of like ping pong weeks to get me through the early rounds. That I'm more open to. I think Zach would still say pick your guy, but I'm definitely more open to that.
I think Laporta here, for sure.
Laporta's cool. Yeah.
Laporta is so much more important on a Goff team than getting an AFC guy through.
I'm with you.
Especially, I think Laporta has the most to gain that offense from Montgomery's role diminishing. Like, well, obviously Gibbs, but Laporta, I mean, he could just pick up like, I don't know.
That's actually a good take. Is Montgomery's getting a lot of work on play action stuff, and Laporta might pick up a little bit of that work. Like, it's weird. I normally don't really subscribe to like running back out helps receiving value of another player, but in this case, it might.
I mean, Montgomery and Gibbs were dead even in targets. Like, Montgomery had 3 straight plays getting a target in this last week of games.
Yeah. Because they use him in the play action run game. Or play in the, he's their traditional running back.
They'll probably pass more inside the 5.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think Laporta actually just boosted him slightly.
Yeah. So
the other thing is that there's one less Lion.
That's so you exactly.
Just like if you're trying to get Lions to the Super Bowl, you just have one less dude now.
Yeah. Are we playing this like the Lions don't get the 1 seed, or are we assuming they do get the 1 seed with this lineup?
Let's assume they do.
All right, so we'll do the
I can't do the Steelers again.
Let's do Baker Mayfield. Let's set it up for a Buccaneers Super Bowl. Yeah. Stafford maybe.
Honestly, Patrick would be pretty good here.
Yes, yeah. Then we would close the loop on that. The Ravens too are another team where you can take guys in rounds 9 and 10, which is just like such an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, dude. Puka Nacua is not a 5th round pick in this. I can't get there. Their Super Bowl equity is just so low.
Yeah. Their conference championship equity, like the getting them out of, round 2 is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, it is.
What do you want to do for the next pick here?
I think
with the Vikings left?
I believe, this guy's covering the Vikings. So I think we
could go Love. Oh, or Evans. Evans goes before Bucky,
who
right?
goes first? Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah. Evans. Perfect. Feels pretty good. God, dude, I am so tilted. I had so much Mike Evans in BR yesterday. Those games, man. Turns out having to draft the absolute nuts is very hard.
It's hard. It's pretty hard. Let's repeat.
Yes, they did. They did just beat the Bills. I don't know. And for the market doesn't really buy it either. It's not like the Rams are high in the Super Bowl odds either.
No.
But I think the Rams are behind the Buccaneers in Super Bowl odds.
They have a 6% chance to make the conference championship by our stuff right now, which doesn't fully reflect the team strength stuff yet, but it reflects the losses.
Well, the thing is that the Buccaneers are now like super locked into the playoffs.
Yeah,
much more locked in than the Rams.
Yeah, it's like they have a 2x chance of making the playoffs to the Rams or more.
Yeah.
So,
and a home game and a home game.
Yeah. Other than that, good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we want to do?
Oh, Bucky just freaking went, dude.
God damn it.
Well, this is about ready to be a Craig Reynolds team. I think we take Likely here. Or Ladd.
Or McConkey. Yeah, I like Ladd too.
And then take Herbert.
Well, we just can push it. We can take Baker or Herbert.
Yeah, Ladd. No, this I won't do. This look, I'll take Sion Vaki, man. I'm not taking.
By the way, Historical Anomaly says shout out to Shady. I meant to say on ADP chasing. Shady finished second in the Nashville Live Final yesterday.
And he was drawing very live.
Extremely live. Yeah.
Do you want to take her? Well, let's take Likely and then just take whoever. Yeah.
Or Bateman. Do you like Bateman or Likely better?
I think Bateman.
Yeah, let's do Bateman.
How sickening is that?
I think yesterday maybe flipped that for me.
Yeah. I guess I haven't started to think through the Geno injury. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to think through the Geno injury.
Okay, all right.
I would accept that. I would accept that possibly I'm wrong. We're always remaining Bayesian here. Yeah, I needed that final touchdown to be St. Brown. Yeah, if that was a touchdown, in the end, I think I finished top 10 in BR.
Man.
We're chasing which is the same winning
in BBM last year. And also he's like this is not hardly his only DFS win.
Yeah.
So we're chasing Shady.
Yeah. I noticed some insanely bad drafting this morning. I was on the treadmill drafting some, and I just noticed like some insanely bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
So maybe the prize pools are so big now that like people are even worse at drafting.
The thing,
you know what? Josh is right. It is. It's
he is right. Yeah,
It's
we should
definitely
take him.
Rashad White. Yeah.
We have enough. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. We got the Ravens Lions covered.
Which is all we want. I think the market went through a 2-day period of being too low on the Ravens and deciding it was always going to be the Steelers, and it's not properly caught up.
Now we need to take a quarterback with our last, so it's Likely or White here. Do you like White over Likely?
You want let's just do Baker.
Baker seems more fun to me.
Yeah.
I think the numbers probably prefer Herbert, but whatever.
But we have an NFC. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. Correct. Yeah, it was definitely Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert's better, but Baker's more fun.
Well, now we cover a Buccaneers Ravens Super Bowl, which seems awesome.
Yeah, that does seem really fun. But do we want Likely or what? I think we probably want Likely and just play Derrick Henry. But now we have to get the Ravens to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I think we take White.
Okay.
Zach is going to tell me this is wrong, and there's a mathematical explanation for it. But I'm lizard brained enough that I like to just always leave the door open an extra smidge. You know what I mean?
Jewish McCaffrey says he lost the 20K goal line stand because of that Jonathan Taylor fumble.
He did.
Sorry, man. That sucks.
Witness.
Oh, that's the worst, too, because it was called a touchdown.
Yeah, that is extra annoying. JMC, does that... I'm assuming, though, that you're winning the sprint, though. You had to advance a lot of teams to the sprint. God, dude. I'm just getting over this cold. And I felt fine, but now I'm starting to get a frog in my throat again.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, now we're... now we actually have to decide because we have the 102.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's. I mean, I think there's a strong case for Hurts too. I really do.
Well, we could maybe. I was thinking if we take Hurts, what conference is the high skill position player likely to be coming around? AFC, right? It's likely to be Cook or Pacheco.
On the running back side, it'll be AFC, but it'll probably be like Brown. I mean, we're hoping for Brown
or Jefferson. Yeah, we're hoping for AJ Brown.
Yeah. But you're right. You can go AFC running back, although you're competing with AFC running back with the one who may have taken Allen. We got to smash Allen here.
Well, all right. I mean,
we're working on a little adjustment to make Allen.
Not that Jahmyr Gibbs is a terrible 101. I see it. I could see that being right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit of a gift to get Allen at 102.
I think it's very much a gift.
Because Allen is also, I mean, I guess if we're just pattern matching, what we just saw in the most recent two games, like Allen is also going to be a big advance rate piece. You know what I'm saying? Like he's also like, not only is he a great Super Bowl equity piece, but he's also a great getting your team's past round one piece too.
Yeah, there's like, we talk about like leverage and, you know, if this happens, then I'm going to be in awesome shape. But like some of it, I just want to like get a little dumber and be like, but the Bills are making the Super Bowl. You know?
You like, that's the thing is fantasy football, playoff fantasy football is such a mega mind game, but like maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe it's just take Josh Allen and the Bills because they score a lot of points.
And if oh, you got to refresh the sidekick there. Just click the little wheel there.
Oh,
No,
just
click
the
that
wheel?
little wheel. Yeah, it'll open a tab for you. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had that happen before.
Yeah, it's just making sure you're logged in.
The quarterbacks are not nearly as Mahomes is still on the board. So this Gibbs guy is gonna get Mahomes.
That's nice. That's very nice.
I think we take Jefferson.
I think we grab one of these Bills.
No. So hear me out.
Okay, all right.
Hear me out. Hear me out. The guy to our left can't take a Bill.
The guy to our left can do whatever he wants.
He's gonna take Mahomes, and he would be idiotic to take a Bill. If he takes James Cook, watch him snap James Cook. See,
I know that's you just. Now I think we should take Shakir and play for Aaron Jones.
Well, no, we take Cook and we take both because the later round. I really do believe this. The later round, but I know we all just saw Ty
Johnson.
Yeah. Later round Bills are just as good as Khalil Shakir. Like Mac Hollins and half PPR is like, honestly, he's fine.
See, I think Shakir's like the one guy where you're like, hey, you're getting 7 targets. Like
you are getting 7 targets, but this is a game of touchdowns.
Yeah. It is, but in this format, you like those 7 targets matter. Like you're getting a guy who hit your wide receiver spot with like not 3 points. You know, there's not that many players who. Now, someone said, Dan says Shakir's coming back. Well, Shakir comes back, then by all means,
he might. Yeah,
but you're right. I mean, maybe I don't know. The Bills' skill players are just all unappealing. Like Cook is in a timeshare.
But he gets the goal line stuff.
Sometimes, but sometimes Ray Davis does, or Allen does.
Well, he gets the touchdowns.
He scored a bunch of touchdowns.
He just has to score them from 47 yards out or whatever.
I'd rather have Addison Collins than Shakir.
Yeah. Agreed.
Who's Collins?
Hollins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I agree with that.
We might take Ty Johnson too. We might. Why not?
Yeah, for real.
Who's stopping us? When you take the Bills, this is the Bills cheat code is you can literally take 7 of them.
And maybe should.
Now, I wonder, would you consider treating this as Aaron Jones goes?
Well, I mean, to be honest, that really makes the Cook pick way better.
Makes the Cook pick better. Yeah. Would you consider taking Darnold on this team? And Shakir goes, all right, that's tilting.
No, I wouldn't, unless we're playing Bills get the bye. So we'd have to cover
That's what I'm saying.
I'm less inclined to because we're not going to have Aaron Jones. So we're kind of like we're playing for this thing that's not that likely to happen in a way that's kind of weak.
And we don't have it covered. Yeah.
We don't have it covered. Who's at the top here for us? Kelsey?
Cooper or Kincaid. Why is Kelsey strong?
Just because it's a good conference championship odds. But we could do Cooper.
God, you want?
Oh my God, Davis!
I clicked the fucking button. That's not on me.
The least nimble thing I've ever seen.
Fuck! God damn it!
I watched you click just outside the star. I watched it happen. You were not nimble. Oh no! The chat really didn't like the Justin Jefferson pick. So which pick do you like better though, Jefferson or Montgomery? Better than Montgomery pick. Gotta give us that.
God. Gosh darn it. That's really annoying.
Davis, you gotta when you're calculating your hourly today, is Dan Dobbins.
Yeah, don't need the EV machine for that pick.
I just want to note the Sidekick did not have Montgomery on the list.
Sidekick did not have Montgomery on the list.
Let me show off the feature. You can actually click the name on the Sidekick. It'll put it in the queue. In case the stars are a little too small for you.
Dude, I clicked both. See, it did this to me, which this is not the Sidekick's fault. It just does this sometimes. It does that scroll and you have to click
it does it if it usually happens if the guy has been taken. So if you click a guy who got taken, then although in this case it didn't, but
oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine this is the shipper. That's all I gotta say.
DFS Temp is asking if we can partner with Nerdy's tool to get the EV doc on this.
It's gonna tell me it's $0.
Oh man!
I tell you what, dude, I'm just going rogue and taking Darnold on this one just because I want to get my $6 back.
All right, do it. I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna do whatever you want on this one. If you could maybe take the Sidekick off the screen for this one.
Oh man, so brutal.
Man.
Well, I mean, that's gonna I'll say it's a good day to be drafting because that's gonna happen to a lot of people.
That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen to a lot of people in your rooms.
That's right.
Oh, Kincaid.
This draft was sponsored by the Draft Caddy.
I'll do them both. I'll expand. God. I'll expand, dude. The people are gonna have more tools than they can get their hands on.
Yeah, maybe turn it on for the rest of this draft.
Yeah. Yeah, good day to be in my lobbies. All right. Kincaid. I mean, this one's already dead, so let's just dead it further. Dalton Kincaid.
Yep. What's the point, you know?
What's the point? I mean, we definitely should make it so that we can field 7 Bills since our NFC is dead.
Right. Yeah, honestly, you might. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm crashing out right now. And I'm gonna tilt someone else. The guy right next to us has 2 Vikings too.
You're about to get let's check Twitter now for someone just
someone's gonna be like, this idiot just drafted David Montgomery. Yeah, this guy. Oh, this is the guy who missed out too. This is the guy who missed out on quarterback, so he's bumming. See, people don't know. People don't know, dude. David Montgomery's coming back for the Super Bowl.
But it won't matter because we have fucking Darnold. It doesn't. We're betting on the Vikings. Holy
That's
shit.
fine, dude. We're fine with the Lions or the Vikings making the Super Bowl in this lineup. That's what you don't understand. Here's the thing. Do you want to know the thing? If I was just still doing this on the star method, that never would have happened for me, brother.
Oh, come on. Don't turn against the Sidekick. You tried to hit the star. I watched you.
Oh, I'm not, buddy, I'm not disparaging the Sidekick. I'm just telling the truth, which is that the star method would have had me drafting Dalton Kincaid there.
The star method, you're right, because you would have starred them a while. Is that why you like the star method? Because you have plenty of time to star the guys?
Correct. Yeah. Star method much better for playoff best ball than regular season best ball. I'll tell you that much.
Oh man. God, this could have been a fun team.
This could have been a fun team. Yeah, I don't think that the Texans have the same Super Bowl odds as the
I think it would be fun to do like a vibes-based Super Bowl odds because like things would swing so wildly. Like just not to do anything with, but just to like capture
just to have it.
Week. Just to have it, yeah. Because right now the Chiefs would be like a 3%.
Yeah, the Chiefs vibes-based Super Bowl is like Mahomes' mom is like, I don't know, maybe.
Mahomes' mom just like booked a family vacation for early February.
His brother's getting married like the same weekend. He's like, dude, Pat, it's Pat, it's fine, dude, it's fine.
Yeah, you'll be there. You'll be able to
Truth Serum Super Bowl odds.
Yeah, Truth Serum Super Bowl odds. Yeah, I think the Eagles would be pretty high in people's Truth Serum Super Bowl odds right now.
Well, no one would be higher than the Bills.
No one would be higher than the Bills for sure. Bills are like 90.
The Lions would also be like 3% after yesterday.
Yeah, they'd be pretty low. They wouldn't be Chiefs low,
but they'd be
like
low.
probably. I would say like probably 3 times what the Chiefs would be. So yeah, I think 3% is probably right.
Yeah. I was about to say something, but I want to fact check if it's true. I believe Keon Coleman led the Bills in receiving yesterday, but I need to double fact check myself to make sure.
He had one nice catch.
Ty Johnson did. Keon Coleman led the wide receivers in receiving yesterday. 1 reception. I know. I was told there'd be no fact checking. Yeah, it was Ty Johnson.
Bills, Ravens, Packers, Vikings is truth serum. I think the Eagles there would be included. Although maybe the Saquon Barkley bust was
no, but they started passing the ball again yesterday. You know, if you were a big Devonta Smith bag holder.
Oh yeah.
Kerrane, by the way, I'm gonna lose in our auction league.
You are? What am I doing?
I just like a bunch of my guys, like marginal guys, are hurt now. I think you had the highest points this week.
Oh, you love to see that.
No, I don't.
Because
I was kind of banking on this league all year. I had a 30 points per game lead over every other team in the freaking league.
Jesus. I always
my dusty olds. You build it. It turns out building an entire team of dusty olds when you get to week 15, it turns out they're tired. They're really tired. They just don't want to do it anymore.
They do get tired, those olds. It's a real shame.
All right, let's do Ray Davis. I mean, look, dude. I don't.
Honestly, it could be worse. It could be worse.
I don't make the rules, but this team is advancing and making it to the championship round. Like I just know that is like I could be as careful as I want. I can draft all these well thought out teams with the tools, and my team that auto drafted David Montgomery at pick 23 is going to be the team that chips it.
All right, so let's see live scoring. I'm trying to MFL, not the Gretchen outscored me by 3 points this week.
It's not great for me, boss.
I'll take that.
And Trevor Lawrence 2 years in a row gets injured on me. Although it didn't end up mattering last year. Cooper Kupp.
I thought this team was really deep at quarterback. It has Justin Fields and Deshaun Watson on it. I'm so deep, dude.
Dude, here's the thing. On that team I have that's all 30-year-olds, I have 1 pick. I have a 2026 first. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh man. I don't think I have my first either. I think Leone has it.
He probably does.
Yeah.
Got
this team. Oh, I have Drake London still to go. Maybe I can outscore Gretch after all.
I have Aaron Jones left to go. So and Kirk Cousins. So that's going good. This great point. Mahomes high ankle limping around the AFC Conference Championship game, beating the Bills. I mean, that would be the most Mahomes thing, I think.
Yeah, and it's just like one of those games where it's like somehow they win like 27-24. Bills like never really click. Pacheco has a really long run. Pacheco's doing the stomping.
And everyone tweets, dude, he runs like he's mad at the ground. Yeah. I think you could pretty much write that one in stone.
Yeah.
Right now. James C., you cannot get this commitment from me. I will not be there.
It's kind of hard for me to travel during the season because I'm writing and stuff, and then I've got a bunch of other things going on, including a
Yeah,
baby.
not all of us are like Pete. Not all of us can just sort of gallivant around the globe and then do a 68-second video and write it off as a work trip. You know,
I mean, but it's genius. What Pete does right, but like he doesn't have the word count is lower. The word count is lower, which is pretty smart.
do you want to do
Why don't we
Lamar?
do Amon-Ra, and then we can maybe get Goff. I mean, I still like the Lions over the Ravens to make the Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. The vibes, dude. We just did the vibes-based rankings.
I know.
The Lions lost yesterday. Don't you watch the games? They lost yesterday, therefore they will continue to lose in the future.
I'm hoping leaving Henry Lamar gives the guy the 6 hole here.
Well,
we don't
really care.
I think I prefer Goff with Amon-Ra, but it's not. We're not.
I let the room kind of determine that stuff, really.
Yeah.
Well, Lamar or Pat?
I think Lamar.
All right, there we go.
Vibe space. Do you want Pat? I'm fine with it.
No, I probably have less of this. I probably have less Ravens Lions than I do Lions Chiefs.
We probably should have just taken Goff.
What is the difference? Lamar's going to score more points at quarterback in a Ravens Lions Super Bowl anyway.
Right. Yeah, this is fine.
This guy, Barkley and Mahomes, that is the good start you want to have right now.
That's pretty nice.
The Gibbs guy's in jail. Every draft, one guy has to go in jail. Maybe next year it'll be perfectly evenly distributed. There will be exactly. Think about it though. That is a huge wrinkle. Like shift if there were perfectly 3 good teams in the AFC, 3 good teams in the NFC, no dynasty, no super team. Everyone's all pretty good. No one's great.
You know what it would take if the Packers were flipped with the Vikings right now in record and odds and all of that, then we would have it. We would have Love would be the 6th guy. You just play it through the Packers.
The thing is, though, is part of it is that you have to play in previous accomplishments. Josh Allen's been in a conference championship. Hurts has been in a Super Bowl. Mahomes has won a Super Bowl. Lamar has been in a conference championship. Goff has been in a conference championship. That's the thing. It would be if the 49ers were in. If the 49ers were the 3 seed or the 4 seed, it would be so different.
That's right.
And I don't remember.
McCaffrey would change things a lot too.
McCaffrey would change things a lot. I don't remember last year. It was Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, 49ers, but no one really was on the Lions as hard last year. We were not as enamored with the Lions as we are this year. Right. That was the big difference.
The 49ers were the guys. They were this year's Lions, at least until now. Maybe the Lions are kind of changing a little bit, but how do we want to play running back?
J-Mo, right?
I'm down for J-Mo for sure.
Or do we do Jacobs?
I think we grab J-Mo to start, get that second Lion, because there aren't Lions later.
Pretty handy little click there.
Yeah.
Save me from any kind of auto drafting mayhem. Can't have that. There we go. Yeah, because then Jacobs gives us our second team.
Jacobs is our second team. Yeah. And then we need to get Hill later. Hill becomes
I did have a lot of Cowboys last year.
Yeah.
Good for advancing. It was good for advancing. Dak chucking all those passes in that Packers game. Kind of forgot there's a slate of games tonight that I have to play.
I'm gonna split the best ball stuff. I have enough. I have some higher stake stuff that can get through with good games from people. So
why is Desmond Ridder starting if Aiden O'Connell is healthy?
I don't know.
Seems bad.
Jacobs here is fun.
Got Jacobs. Maybe an argument to take Flowers, although I don't know, man. Bateman, wide receiver
did.
1. It's Bateman season, dude.
He looked good on that when he made the guys miss. It was fun.
Yeah, maybe the answer was Bateman is always good, and he was just hurt. The team did tell us for years that they thought he was good. Rashad Bateman has an outside chance at 1,000 yards.
Wow.
He has 707 right now on
Damn.
60 targets. Did have 0-0-0 against the Eagles. I don't know.
Let's see. Yards per route run. He's at 1.71. That's pretty respectable.
I would not take Devontae Walker over Aguilar. No. I don't need to
I mean, likely goes so late. I don't think we're not deep diving that.
Well, the thing is this is such a dupe based game that you do want to be doing stuff like that. But I think Aguilar, I mean, I'm going to look. Yeah, he still played 29% of the snaps yesterday, and they just played a ton of heavy personnel.
Yeah. Well, he also got hurt. Aguilar got hurt.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not. He left after. I forget exactly what happened.
Oh,
I
dude,
think that's why Walker was out there.
Keaton Mitchell, healthy scratch yesterday, brother. Time for you to learn about a young man from the University of Marshall named Rasheen Ali. Yeah, Tylen or Deontay, maybe.
I'm not touching Deontay.
Sidekick wants Tim Patrick. I think Mark Andrews is better.
I think Mark Andrews is better too.
Why does it want us to take?
Because it's boosting up all the alliances we have.
Yeah.
Because the Lions have good odds to make it. We're already betting on the Lions. But I think that's one where we know that we need the Ravens, and we don't have any Ravens yet. So I think the Ravens makes more sense for us.
Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs.
I like Jaden Reed, or dude, Dobbs. That might be the better way to play.
I think it might be. I think it might be time for us to get woke to a young man named Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Deontay play yesterday? I literally forgot he was a Raven. Really.
I don't think he played yesterday.
Yeah. Until someone just said it. Let's see if we can get a Google News on Deontay Johnson. NFL Insider reveals Deontay Johnson. Oh, he was suspended.
Oh, that's right.
He's expected to be back at the Ravens facilities on Monday morning. The Ravens expect Johnson to get right back to business and help the team in their efforts to make the playoffs. And in that same article, they just said Hollywood Brown might play next week. Imagine Hollywood Brown comes back with Carson Wentz and they score like 37 points against the Texans. Like they just are like, they look like the Harlem goddamn Globetrotters. Like
Hollywood coming back from like the slappy perspective, we get Hollywood coming back and puts up like just a 6 score in round 2, and then the Chiefs lose.
Chiefs lose.
Yeah. Yeah. The process.
Or they win.
That's even worse for us.
Carson Wentz, brother. I just like I
mean in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I've just like pretty much talked myself into Carson Wentz is gonna like play well, and they're gonna beat the Texans.
I sense that. You seem legitimately excited.
I'm pretty over watching Mahomes play. It'll just be at least I think they will suck in a different way. If they suck,
that's right.
Right. It'll be a different suck.
Yeah, I think be prepared for suck.
It'll be a less annoying.
I think Bateman
suck.
Here makes more sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. It'll be a less annoying suck, because the thing with Mahomes that makes it so aggravating is you remember what it was like. you remember what it was like to be so high flying. You remember what it was like to just be like, oh, we're down 14 points. Like, we're going to be leading by the end of the quarter. Like, oh, dude, we're down. Nah, just watch this. He's going to either Demarcus Robinson's going to score an 87-yard touchdown. Travis Kelce's going to have 70 yards on this drive, you know? And now it's just like pulling fucking teeth to get a field goal.
Totally. Now, do we have Justice Hill yet?
No,
we should take Hill.
No. Yeah,
he's the guy we can't lose.
Because now we have a complete roster regardless.
Right.
What if Wentz just hits Worthy in stride instead of chucking it 30 yards over his head? People are saying that more and more.
You know what would be so funny is if Worthy finally just nails all the details, runs a perfect
oh my
route.
God. Toe taps.
Toe
taps like a 40-yarder, and he just perfectly drags his toe, and he's like, oh yeah, I've been working really hard. Me and Wentz after practice, Wentz he's a good vet. He's been working with me. We really have an understanding, and it's just like, oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
To be honest, I can see it. I can definitely. Well, no, actually, I can't. I can't really see Worthy having any attention to detail. Maybe next year. Next
year, maybe. I don't know. The correlation of teammates is a thing, right? Malik Neighbors is amazing. Turns out Brian Thomas also very, very good. I think there's something we've seen many examples of that. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf,
Elijah Moore,
Justin Jefferson. Elijah Moore wasn't
kind of.
With him? Yeah. He overlapped a little.
Yeah.
He mostly produced after they left, though. But anyway, this is the opposite. I mean, A.D. Mitchell does not look like anything.
Well, it depends on when you're looking at him. Are you looking at him before the ball gets there? If you are looking at A.D. Mitchell at any point before the ball gets near his body, he looks like Justin Jefferson.
He looks like they do have similar sitting positions on the bench. I think you click the yellow part, not the name.
The yellow part.
There we go. Yeah. Click the bigger. Sometimes it'll highlight the text on the text.
Did you get this quote yesterday from A.D. Mitchell?
No.
So he throws a pick six to end their playoff hopes. And the reporter asked him about it, and he laughed. He just goes, playoffs.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's not going to endear him to the coaches.
And that's what people were saying about him, is that he's a dick.
That's kind of a dick thing to say.
It's kind of a dick thing to say. Do you want another Raven or do you want another Packer?
I think we take Likely.
All right. There we go. We got back on track.
Pretty good team.
Or Sion Vaki.
I think Likely might do more for the team.
Well, I don't think it's fair to call Worthy Hollywood 2.0 because Hollywood was great as a rookie.
Yeah, he was awesome as a rookie.
Yeah, he was awesome. I think what you're going for is McCole Hardman 2.0.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's correct.
He's better than that, dude.
I mean, is he?
He is the leading touchdown scorer on the team with the most wins in football.
I mean,
so statistically, it's a factually true statement. It's technically correct, which in my experience is the best form of correct.
You should take that. That's like the most disingenuous Twitter framing.
That is me doing my best Sam Sherman.
That is a Sam Sherman ass tweet right there.
Yeah.
Are we really overlooking the guy who has the most touchdowns on the best team in football?
Here's the thing, dude. Go look at how he played yesterday. What fault are you going to find with how he played yesterday? He just played like a normal wide receiver. He was just fine. He was fine.
He had 6 receptions for 46 yards on 11 targets.
It doesn't. It's not counting his touchdown as a reception though.
He ran through it for 30 yards and a touchdown as a rusher. Yeah.
So if you count that as reception, that's 12 targets for 75 yards and a touchdown, which is perfectly cromulent.
In PPR, it was his highest scoring game since week 1.
So that's week 1.
Let's see. He's had
people
15 or more
forget.
points.
People forget. Hardman played when Mahomes was good too.
That is bad.
He had a big advantage.
Do you think if they get the enemy back, we can get Mahomes?
Yeah,
returning to the greatness.
Yeah, or if they get a left tackle. All right, I think we just do Josh Allen. I'm done. I've seen enough in these rooms.
Yeah,
I've seen enough. I think we just do that. Yeah, Worthy has more touchdowns than T. Higgins. It does make you think.
It does.
It's just look at. I'm not saying anything, but it does make you think. It does make you think about kind of the universe and what we're all doing here. I think he is the Tyreek Hill of Kadarius Toney's right now, because he doesn't particularly seem to have any attitude issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no like arguing or like getting suspended or not.
He's the Tyreek Hill of Mecole Hardman's, I think.
He's the Tyreek Hill of Mecole Hardman's. Yeah.
Team missed a bunch of games. No, Nick, we're doing it. We're doing the Sam Sherman twist at all stats too.
Worthy and Marvin Harrison Jr. are both touchdown scams. It's true. It's true. They both have 7
the touchdown scam wasn't working that great last week. You see against Gonzalez.
Kirsten Gonzalez.
Yeah, the touchdown scam.
But Reeves told me that's cap. He said they play 40% man-to-man defense. So it's like that's not even a real stat.
No, I'm referring to specific plays where Christian Gonzalez literally ripped 2 touchdowns out of Marvin Harrison's hands.
Oh, I was not paying that close of attention.
Yeah. He had specifically one where he beat him, and then Gonzalez got his hand kind of in there and then ripped it out, and because he secured it, but the hand was kind of the defender's hand was in, and then so the ball comes flying out. It was a really good play for a corner who got beat on the route. And then he had another that he didn't rip the ball up, but he defended it pretty well. Back of the end zone kind of play. The announcers were literally maybe stop throwing when he's covered by Gonzalez. He can't beat him.
It turns out my truth serum was right, man.
Yeah.
He's fine. You want Cook?
I think we go Cook Shakir.
What if we do...
Let's try it. Come on. We did Jefferson last time. Last time we did Jefferson Montgomery, and I think this time we should do Cook Shakir.
We didn't get a chance to take that team to its conclusion.
We got to a conclusion.
Mazda Marv. Marv. All right, we could take Shakir.
Let's
I like Mitsubishi Marv better. Yeah, that's very funny.
Okay.
Where does Marvin Harrison Jr. go in drafts next year? And why is it way too early?
He's gonna go.
This? What is the difference between where he'll go on Underdog and an FFPC?
Oh my, that's such a good question, because he's gonna go 3rd round on Underdog.
Yeah.
He will go 3rd round on Underdog.
It does. It pains me a lot to click Khalil Shakir over Justin Jefferson. You're gosh darn right. It does. Great. I just took a guy who I think ceiling is 7 targets in a game that matters over Justin Jefferson.
That's so good. We're playing the game, man.
I guess we are. Yeah, so I will agree with this. When the big board opens, the hate will have gone way too far. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be like a 5th round pick. But by the time Evan Silva has posted his top 150 on ETR, so August 3rd, Marvin Harrison Jr. will be
he'll be a 3rd round pick. Okay, we took Zay Flowers in the 3rd round, as a 2nd-year breakout guy. The 2nd-year breakout profile on Harrison's going to look totally fine. And the prospect profile, like we'll be back. We're going to be back. He'll go significantly later than he did as a rookie, but not going to be in like the 4th round. He's just not.
Here's the deal. What type of quarterback would support this profile that Marvin Harrison Jr. is right now? I'm really trying to think. Kirk Cousins,
Kirk Cousins would be good.
Prime Kirk Cousins.
I think his profile is like solid enough. He's like a guy who he's not like overly athletic.
He's a ball winning wide receiver who doesn't win the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't always win the ball. Yeah, but he's
Matt Harmon just had a good post about this, where he's like, it's a weird thing because you want to just post him up, kind of, but then like he just like doesn't win the ball.
Yeah, I think he'd be good with like Herbert. Herbert would be fun.
I mean, kind of anyone competent, I think, is good with Herbert. It's kind of what we've learned.
He'd be really fun with Allen.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, no Jefferson for us. Just gotta eat our fucking. Well, should we do the 10 Bills team?
Let's just do 10 Bills.
Let's just do 10. Do you want to take Addison or just 10 Bills?
No, I want to take 10 Bills.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. Let's just take all the Bills.
Let's just take all the Bills. What if the Bills...
they make a run to the Super Bowl that looks anything like now, 10 Bills is just good.
No, if they make a run to the Super Bowl that looks anything like it now, they're all terrible, and you get dusted by Vikings teams.
Unless you have Ty Johnson.
Unless you have Ty Johnson. Yeah, no wide receiver yesterday topped 10 half PPR points, right? I think.
Kincaid got that. Kincaid was okay, wasn't he?
Maybe no, dude, Kincaid had like 4 for 34.
I always think Kincaid is like a little more than he does.
Well, it's because
Kincaid almost feels like he had like another 30-yard catch to me.
The refs are always scamming him.
Yeah. Because he had a touchdown get called back, right?
Yeah, he had the chest. Well, no, Kerrane, I know why you think that. It's because 2 plays a game, Dawson Knox will make a good play, and you're just like, all right, it's Kincaid. You think it's Kincaid?
Yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah. So, who's your favorite last round build? Do you like Samuel or Knox better?
God. I mean, it was Ty Johnson.
Can't do that anymore. Which is so funny. Like, his role didn't change. He just had a good game.
He had 2 good games. He was great against the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. How much of the fantasy community's distaste for Kincaid is just because of Liam?
It's not 0%.
It's not 0% of it. It's definitely not 0% of it. I mean, for myself, I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, he's just because the thing with Kincaid is he's just like such a jag. He's
such a jag.
He's just a jag. But a jag at tight end isn't the worst thing. A jag pass catcher at tight end is like not that bad. But he's Evan Ingram,
Oh, he's not Evan Ingram, dude. Evan Ingram at least like is a target merchant.
But he's not really earning them. He's just
getting them.
He's just getting them. Yeah.
I think Brenton Strange showed us that.
Right. Tucker Kraft with 0 dog. That does sound like a pretty good summation, Josh.
Yeah.
Of Kincaid. All right. I think it's too early for these particular.
It's too late. It's the only way. If you want to take 10 Bills, you got to use all 10 spots.
That's true.
I mean, look, we could take Puka Nacua if you want him.
Let's take like Mike Evans or Christian Watson.
We'll take a little detour.
Yeah, let's take a little detour. Let's do something fun. Now you took Ray Davis over Ty Johnson. You don't have it the other way now?
Just because he was ahead there in the queue.
Higher on ADP. Yeah.
The thing, the PSYOP thing going on is that Ray Davis is actually probably a better pick for touchdowns than Ty Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Johnson. How many times in your life, Kerrane, do you think you've spent 11 or fewer FFPC dollars on Ty Johnson? Just like conservatively guess how many times?
At least 3.
Oh,
at least
3.
3.
I'm thinking at least 10. When
10?
Jets PPR scam Ty Johnson,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Bills PPR
Well,
scam.
Lions Ty Johnson was the original Ty Johnson. There's on YouTube today. You could find, now you'd have to search around a little, but you could find a video of me enthusiastically saying we need to get Ty Johnson. Like he was going to save our season. When he first emerged on the Lions, I was like, oh my God, this guy's so fast. He's kind of big.
Ty Johnson has 15 games in his career with 4 or more targets, and only one of them is as a member of the Buffalo Bills. That is how long
what's
this
the
guy's
target threshold?
4 or more. And only one of them was a member of the Bills, and it was yesterday.
He didn't have 4 targets the week before?
Said, no, he didn't. At least not according to Pro Football Reference.
Damn. Against the Rams. Yeah, he only had 3 targets, but he went 2 for 55.
Look, where were you when Ty Johnson, as a member of the New York Jets in the fantasy football playoffs in 2020, had 6 for 39 and a touchdown against the Los Angeles Rams as a receiver? Where were you, brother?
This is one of those guys.
Probably starting him. You were probably the answer for you, Kerrane, is that you were probably starting him.
That's true.
See, and now
let's do Bucky.
Both.
Okay.
No, you want Bucky?
Well, that'll be 4 running backs. That'll be a little too many.
We could do Bucky. Bucky and Mac Hollins. So now we got the guy who's actually going to score a touchdown.
Right.
Lord knows when you have Kincaid, you need more options.
You really do.
Kincaid is like so obviously the guy who's going to get, like, he actually is going to come up big in the playoffs. Like, don't you think? Like, he's so maligned. Honestly, Liam is the only Bills fan who even like him. Most Bills fans now agree with the fantasy bros, where they're like, just enough of this guy.
Him scoring 2 touchdowns in the conference championship game to get the Bills to the Super Bowl, with Liam like just doing the most aggro victory laps of not just the Bills making the Super Bowl, but getting there because Kincaid. Feels pretty live.
Pretty likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you play this game. Ty Johnson is the Roy Halou of Samaje Perine. Correct.
That is just crazy correct.
That's really good. Yeah.
That is one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Yeah. That tells me you get the game, you get fantasy football, just the whole. If we showed that to Neil Orfield doesn't get the game, but I think if we showed that, well, he probably has not played season-long fantasy football enough to have strong feelings about Samaje Perine.
I think it's one of those ones that makes me feel like I need to step up my game in the game.
Yeah.
Like the Roy Halou of Samaje Perine is, I mean, it like kind of put it in the Louvre.
All right. Do you want Curtis Samuel or do you want another Buccaneer?
I think we go. I mean, I do actually like the McLaurin play. We get because we're like basically the Bills roll, but like let's get them off to a little bit of a start here with some NFC pieces.
Let's push them down the hill.
Let's push them down the hill because in round 3, having like all the Bills might be plenty, but in round 1, it's not going to be enough. We need some round 1 advancing pieces.
The Ravens have mutually agreed with Deontay Johnson to excuse him from team activities this week. So probably wouldn't be drafting that guy.
I gotta jump.
You can jump. I'm gonna do a couple more, I think.
All right.
What's coming out on Legendary Upside this week?
So Legendary Upside right now, if you're not in the Discord, hop in the Discord, especially if you want to draft on DraftKings, because we launched the DraftKings beta. So it is live over there. We're just like testing out some bugs. Well, not bugs. We're testing out to make sure there aren't bugs. Specifically, we want the Underdog and the DraftKings to be like behaving, together, coexisting. So we put it in beta so that we just like made 100% sure that we didn't affect anything on the Underdog side. But I'm hoping that the DraftKings one will be launched in production pretty soon. Either way, hop in the Discord. You can check out the DraftKings stuff, and going to be doing. I think we're going to be trying to do some streams over on Legendary Upside for Playoff Best Ball, but yeah, legendaryupside.com/sidekick is where you check out this tool that we've been drafting with here. The big question, I think, is how you approach the top of drafts, which is where we might be boosting things a little bit to with these quarterbacks. I think that's one change we're going to look into a little bit this week. But
all right, top guys are looking into it. Kerrane, have a great day, boss.
Later,
man. All right, boys. I'm gonna do at least a couple more. Maybe one, maybe two. We'll see. Maybe if you guys are nice to me. But I wanted to. How many more little gauntlets do I have? 4. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna finish these, but I might. No, I probably won't, because I need to finish writing the week 15 Monday morning quarterback TLDR over on the Patreon. And I need to set my lineups. I haven't ran anything yet for the 2-gamer. But other than that, we got the 102, and now I don't have Kerrane, jumping down my throat, telling me what I can and can't do. Doesn't have. I would have taken the 10 bills. The Best Ball of Eggs video is going to be on Wednesday. I have no idea. I assume I probably did very bad, just because that's the way it works. It's kind of hard. Yes. Yeah. We're not taking, when I'm drafting the teams, we are not taking Khalil Shakir over Justin Jefferson. I can promise you that. Kerrane leaves the stream. Draft number 6. And we don't get Josh Allen. What do we think? All right, I'll try and do one of these non-quarterback teams. And we'll see how it goes. I probably should have looked at who was behind me. A couple red badges, some goat horns. So we're probably not going to get a quarterback coming back around. But maybe we will. Trying out skipping a QB at 102. 5 of 23 resurrection teams. Wow, there you go. I don't think I did very well in the resurrection. Here's the deal. I think my new move is just going to be taking Packers and Vikings. I feel so much better, particularly with the Lions being a little bit worse. I guess it would be a matter of how the brackets shake out, and the sidekick should help me. The sidekick should help me with that, by the way. Where it should help me know who is coming where. So I'm fading. I'm not going to get it because the St. Brown guy is going to take Mahomes. So this is going to be a Vikings team or a Packers team. Well, that's why he took AJ Brown. I wonder why he did that. Brett Zeppelin. Wow. All right. Well. Yeah, well, it turns out if you just get gifted that start, then why not? Mahomes Gibbs. Easy. Yeah, no problem. Would I call you crazy if I told you Shakir is going to be on the winning team? Well, of course not. Because he's on the team that's favored to make the He's on a team that's probably going to play 4 games and is probably better than the Chiefs and definitely better than the Chiefs. And the Josh Allen team, yeah, I'm going to take Justin Jefferson instead of Jameson Williams here. Controversial. Not what the sidekick wants me to do. But I'm going to set this up to be a Chiefs Super Bowl with either Lions or Vikings, so I don't care who makes it. Because I believe if the brackets line up in such a way that it's unlikely that the Vikings and the Lions play until the Super Bowl, I think. Well, the first guy might double quarterback. I don't know. Brett Zeppelin takes Jacobs. Maybe he thinks he walked into a battle royale. I don't know. But I will need to take Aaron Jones. And if I don't get Aaron Jones, this will be a Kerrane or Kareem Hunt team, which is also fine. I don't particularly mind that. The Lamar team, that is a crazy good start. Lamar, Barkley, Flowers. Sure. But doesn't it, and it reseeds at every round too, which is interesting. All right. Well, Jared Goff, Henry JMO is a 6 start for that guy. Would not make any sense for the guy behind me to start taking Chiefs. So I'm going to take Aaron Jones first if he gets to me. Although this guy, Brett Zeppelin, might take him. What does the playoff bracket look like right now? Who would the Vikings play in round 1? All right. DC Fantasy takes him. Tilting. So this is definitely going to be a Kerrane team. Reseeds by record, right? I don't know. That might not be my area of expertise. All right. We're going to take Addison because it would make very little sense for this guy behind us to take Kelsey. Yeah, there you go. So it's not it's not a straight bracket, but it means that if I guess that means that the highest seed always plays the lowest remaining seed. All right. Oh, Kelsey went before anyways, so we are going to take... You know what? Hot take. DeAndre Hopkins is playing like no snaps. Like none. He runs less than 50% of the routes. Worthy runs the most. I think Worthy is a better playoff best ball pick than DeAndre Hopkins. Not that that's really going to shock anyone. So we have Jahmyr Gibbs, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Worthy. So for round 1, we only have Addison and Jefferson. Huh. Okay. He is hurt in the sense that his MCL is torn. But it was strained, but we always knew that. It's possible. What if he plays full snaps in the playoffs because of the lack of the pick implications? Yeah, it was pretty low, though. DeAndre Hopkins trade pick implications. Conditional 5th round pick that become a 4th round pick. I mean, it's definitely possible, Crutches, but I would say if they really thought that was the difference between them winning and losing games, they'd probably be fine to give the 4th round pick, but maybe not. Maybe not, honestly. Mac Nova. Make sure to link your YouTube account with Discord and come on in and hang out in the Discord, brother. Wow. All right, I'm gonna say more of your comments belong in the Louvre. Yeah, I think Sidekick's right. I think Darnold is the right pick here. You know what's funny, though? Without Aaron Jones, that guy who took Aaron Jones really screwed my team. He really made this suboptimal. Yeah, I assume anyone who has Jahmyr Gibbs in any format right now is laughing. I assume they're laughing because this dude is going to get like, what was he going to get? An extra 5 rushes a game, probably an extra 3 targets. We might need another NFC running back. All right, I'm actually going to take Hollywood right now. So we have got, for the Super Bowl, we're covered because we've got Gibbs at running back. We've got Mahomes at quarterback. We have Worthy and no, we need one more to be covered for the Super Bowl. So we either need Brock Wright. How many snaps did Brock Wright play yesterday? Brock Wright for the Lions yesterday played 23%. It's actually really low. It's actually pretty low. I don't know. I would not do round 8 Montgomery. If you're taking any Montgomery, you want it to be round 10. And I think Craig Reynolds is a better pick. So the Sidekick wants me to take an AFC running back. I think that's wrong. Why does it want an AFC running back? I guess because it views the Super Bowl probability as the same. But I'm gonna do Bucky. I guess the Super Bowl equity is really low. That's why it doesn't want another NFC running back. Yeah, that's why. So I've added a third NFC team now. So I definitely made the team worse for the Super Bowl. Yep. Well, turns out Man versus Machine Part 3 for the millionth time. The computer was right. So Hawkinson already went. Mike Evans already go. Wants me to take Ladd now. Well, look, if the computer wants me to take Ladd, who am I to argue? Actually, I should take... They're never going to see it coming. No, I want Naylor. Oh, fuck it. We're taking Ladd. Well, yeah, the computer told you to take Devontae Adams yesterday. Well, I did the same thing. That was panicking right there. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't want you to have 3 NFC teams either and lose either guy in the conference championship. Yep. The computer was right. I was wrong. And that is why you listen to the computer, folks. And now I'm going to take Kareem Hunt or Samaj P. Ryan. But when Bucky Irving is who you need in the wild card round, it's true. Playoff best ball fantasy football is heating up. You heard it here first. Damn. Bunch of you guys even hung around after Kerrane left. That's how I know you're real ones. Bunch of you guys hung around even after Kerrane left. Shout out to all of you. All right. Well, the only way to make this a complete roster in the event of a Super Bowl is to take Kareem Hunt. 1, 2, 3. Yep. The only way. Oh, shit. Except Kareem Hunt. Well, Kareem Hunt actually is a bad pick here, but whatever. So This team is going to be -1. Wait. Is this team going to be -1 for a flex in the wildcard round? Darnold, Bucky, Jefferson, Addison, Ladd. No. This was fine. Yeah. We're okay. The mental acuity you need. The mental acuity you need to properly draft little gauntlets. All right, let's try and make 0 mistakes in this one. If I draft this one 0 mistakes, get it through clean, then we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap the stream. So let's just good clean draft, and we get the 101, so it's gonna be very easy to do. Very easy. Okay. Well, Stephanie, another thing about using the tool is that's also going to lead me to having very similar teams to other Sidekick users. And the other thing is a computer I'm not saying I know better. I'm not saying I know better. What I am saying is that in my teams, I want a greater diversity of both Super Bowl pieces, and I also want a greater diversity of advancing pieces. But I am going to take Josh Allen 101. Yeah, Sack said on the podcast last week, this isn't a podcast. Sack said on the YouTube show last week that about 5% of teams can advance with a dead spot. And I think he said even some teams can advance with a quarterback dead spot, which is crazy. But if you think about it, I suppose it does make sense. Getting through one whole draft without a minus EV mistake. Josh Allen at 101. God, fucking opt out, brother. Man, my teams are going to be ruined if the Vikings get the 1 seed. I do know that much. My portfolio is going to be really bad if the Vikings get the 1 seed. Yeah, like if there's a Bucky Irving style 37-pointer or whatever, which is also interesting because you can make a pretty convincing argument that some of the guys who have that in their range of outcomes are teams that are going to be like 3.5-point dogs in the playoffs, which is kind of interesting. Guy on DK the other night auto drafted 150, had Amari Cooper behind Josh Allen. Well, that's one way to do it. All right, the big 5 quarterbacks went. Gibbs, Mahomes, Hurts, and Cook. St. Brown and Goff, Lamar and Henry. This is a pretty standard first round. This is what first rounds look like a lot of the time. And then the Barkley drafter. Oh, don't love to see the Barkley. Oh, actually, I don't hate that. You know what? I'm gonna take AJ Brown. Oh, that's what the Sidekick wanted me to do anyways. AJ Brown. Yeah, hell yeah. AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Let's go. That's sick. Set up for an Eagles Super Bowl. No. This format actually, you should almost kind of think about it like Showdown. This is a dupe format. This is a format that's going to be really... So, like, for example, if the Bills and the Eagles make the Super Bowl, this team I just drafted, the Bills and the Eagles make the Super Bowl, how many times is this start going to be duped? How many times are Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith going to be in the Super Bowl? They're going to be in the Super Bowl quite a bit. This might be the 7 Bills team. DK says, but then Zach will say, yeah, you're going to run to the Buccaneers teams, though, that have an outlier plus more bucks. So I guess you really want to smash from a losing player. Yeah. I mean, of course, there's pod luck. Yeah, I probably slightly prefer Bucky to Kerrane for advance rate, but yeah, great. Gainwell, Ty Johnson, Justice Hill, Kareem Hunt. Well, the contests keep getting bigger. I believe, yes, yeah, this is definitely Ty Johnson and Ray. I've not done any gauntlets yet because I kind of have this mental thing where, like, once I start entering one of these contests, I want to max it, and I don't want to send my Underdog account balance to 0 on the gauntlet. So I'm gonna do the mitten and the little gauntlet until they fill, and then if for content reasons we have to do the gauntlet, then we can do that. Yeah, people have won these straight up. Multiple times, I believe. People have won them straight up. But last year was a huge chop. I mean, the 2 chalkiest teams made the Super Bowl last year. The 49ers and the Chiefs. I think my big dog teams are actually I think one might get through. I've not looked today, but Dalton Kincaid. You know what? Let's do Aaron Jones. Let's do Kincaid, and let's do Aaron Jones. I think the old sidekick is right on that one. And then we're gonna double up later on. A pod is a unit inside of a vessel. Well, sure. A pod is also a group of water-dwelling mammals. So do it that way you will, brother. I mean, I think we uncanceled Dalton Kincaid, sadly. Man, you know what I need for Christmas? I need to buy myself a new pair of AirPods. That's really what I need. Gonna put that on my list. So hope I ship one of these tournaments and I buy myself a new pair of Vessel Vibes Faction Luck. If you're a water dwelling mammal, then you're living in a pod, brother. All right, is anyone else in this draft cooking up anything interesting? Cohort luck? Cohort luck could be good. Why don't they increase pod size to like 200? It's not the game, man. It's not the game we're playing. You should want to embrace the variance. It's fun, man. We're gambling. We're playing fantasy football. Keon Coleman. Is anyone else taking any Bills players in this? Who has James Cook? He took Khalil Shakir and Cooper. And he's building something kind of interesting there. Keon Coleman. Do we want Hawkinson? I guess we do. I guess Hawkinson makes sense. Gives us an extra Viking. Yes. Yeah. If they did it that way, then the finals, you're sitting there being like, oh, well, I guess every Josh Allen team advanced. I guess every Jared Goff team advanced. I guess every Chase Brown team advanced. And you'd still find something to complain about. The NFFC playoff contest is great. I will probably normally what I do is I just do one team in the big contest. I normally just do I do the 250. I normally just do one, but it's that's like my favorite playoff contest. I really like that one. That's the one that they uncovered the cheating in. Josh, that's the one they uncovered the cheating in. Makes you think. No, it's true. We're all gonna lose anyway. Yeah, having the I like some of that. Yes, exactly. The complaint would always change. It would always change. And that's fine. I get it. Yes. Yeah, you're never ever. Yeah. You could be the greatest drafter on earth, and in 100 lifetimes you might never realize your equity. It's just too hard. Pretty sick. Pretty sick, Josh. Yeah, one week slates are high variance. It just is what it is. I mean, even a one season is variance, you know? These playoff contests are going to be very high variance. I tell you what, if this team don't get Ty Johnson, if the Najee Harris drafter or the Joe Mixon drafter takes him next, we are going to be down sad, boys. So let's get Ty Johnson. Bang. Got him. I have no idea. Haven't looked. Have not looked. Maybe I'll look. I guess I'll look Wednesday when I do the show with Liam. I like Matt Collins more than I like Curtis Samuel. He seems more likely to score a touchdown in a big game. All right, so we have got... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Demont surgery. He's not coming back. Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dalton Kincaid, Aaron Jones, Keon Coleman, T.J. Hawkinson, Ty Johnson, Matt Collins. If Sam Darnold is still available, I would maybe take him with the final pick. Don't tell Kerrane. I also don't know. I haven't looked for Rich. I think he did a lot of other side contests. Probably not. I just don't think they're going to cancel very many of these playoff drafts. I have not gotten an email. Favorite 6-pick pair? I mean, it's Lamar and Henry. Lamar and Henry or Hurts and AJ Brown. Probably Lamar and Henry though, which is definitely very chalky, you know. But what can you do? All right, what makes I guess this is the hope that James Cook misses the Super Bowl or misses the AFC Conference Championship or something game. Yeah. So we're going to do Ray Davis, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Bills. Yeah, Hurts Cook. Sure. No, Hurts Henry, I feel like is better. Because some teams are going to have Cook falling all the way to here. Some teams are going to have Cook falling all the way to 18. It's not super likely, but it'll definitely be some of them. All right, Ray Davis. Can we, oh, did he get taken already? Oh, I took him. It just wigs out there at the end of the draft. All right, boys. That's going to do it for me. I said what I was going to do. I did a draft. I did a draft without making a mistake. Nice and easy. Bills, Vikings, Bills, Eagles. Set it up. Maybe that's the winner of the little gauntlet. I'm going to get out of here. I will be doing a playoff best ball stream tomorrow after the Swolecast. So if you guys want to come hang out when I'm drafting playoff best ball teams tomorrow after the Swolecast, same time, same place. And yeah, hope you guys had a great day. Please like the video. Please comment down below what you're doing. Tell me what you guys are doing in the first round. Are you guys taking quarterbacks? Are you trying to push it? What are you guys trying to do there? And yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Adios. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's